Hi everyone, what's going on? My name is Jamie Palmer and welcome to another episode with the Binary Destroyer 7.0. Now, the name of this video, I found a £7 trading account. So I was having a flick through of all of my live accounts and during the lockdown period, I'm not sure if you knew, I was teaching my partner to trade and I set up for her 3 accounts, one on MetaTrader 4 and 2 on IC Markets. She has I think around a £5,000, £5,500 live account, and also she has a £7 account. Now this actually was £100. Okay, first ever trading account. I said, look, here's £100. Okay, show the BD members how good my training is. Show the world that I'm a good teacher, and prove everyone wrong. What happened was within a week, she took that £100 trading account to £4. Okay, she pretty much blew the account. Okay. So I said after that, I said, clearly you need to work on your emotions, because I was looking at the trades she was taking and none of them actually met the rules. I mean, a big problem, whether it's my partner or everybody else, they just don't follow the rules. You know, they kind of enter trades, you know, when they shouldn't be entering. They bend the rules and they go, look, I'm going to enter a trade here because price is in a downtrend. And I go, but does that meet the rules? And they go, no, it doesn't, but it's a downtrend. But if you're trading the Binary Destroyer, you've got to trade the rules. You can't just say, because it's a downtrend, I'm going to take a sell trade. You've got to wait for price to meet the rules and then we take a trade. As you can see here, perfectly. Okay, we've got a nice little cross over here. Okay, now if I actually let me just pause the video and I'll load up my right, that's better now. I can actually draw on my charts. So as you can see here, okay, we've got a nice little cross over here, we've got a nice little trend down, we've got a nice little pullback, and I'm looking for a sell around this area here. For me to confirm the trade, I'm really looking for that stochastics to go overbought. Now, you see how price is flickering here, okay? The stochastics hasn't crossed over yet, okay? So this is maybe where a beginner would get itchy fingers and enter a trade. Well, I'm going to sit and wait to see what price does. Does it go higher before I look to sell? Okay, if it doesn't do that, I'm not going to take a trade. You know, I'm not in no rush to trade, so it's not really a big issue if trades don't meet the rules. I mean, I got another setup on USD CAD as well. USD CAD's just crossed over, and I'm waiting for that initial pull down to get into a trade. So yes, going back to this account, my partner basically took it to around £4, okay? And since then, she kind of said, Jamie, I need more money to trade. £100 not enough. So then I gave an additional £5,000 account. And she's doing quite well after that. I think she's up 5,600. I think you see me trading it, in fact, on my last video. I do trade it as well for her to keep her happy. I took some trades on this yesterday, okay? I took some trades yesterday, as you can see here. I made a nice 13p. But the reason why I'm doing this is I want to show you that you don't really need such a big account to start. Okay, if you understand money management, you understand how to trade, you know, you understand the risks involved, it doesn't really matter what you start with. Okay, obviously if you're going to start off with such a small account, you're not going to make big money. Okay, you're talking pennies, like 13p here. But you know, if you can consistently make pips, you know, you can consistently hit 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, and you can consistently do that, over time the money will grow, the account will grow. Okay, so focus on the pips rather than the money. Okay, so basically I just thought in today's video I'll try and get this account to £10. Okay, it's quite difficult obviously because it's such a small account. Let me see what's happening with GP CAD. USD, was it USD Chef or GPUSD? Okay, so GPUSD's pushed down here, okay. I might actually enter a sell here. I'm just going to enter one sell on GPUSD because we've just crossed over there. Okay, I'm just going to pop this like this here. I'm going to pop this like that. There we go. And we're just going to take a small sell. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to take me one at 5 lots, is it? A sell. There we go. Right, okay. So I've took a sell here. It's dropped nicely into the money. Now, this is slightly risky. Okay, what I would ideally like with a setup like this is I'd wait for the price to come more into the zone. I mean, let me give you an example of what I mean when we're coming more into the zone. Okay, let me find you an actual setup that I like. Okay, so here's a really good, no, that's not a good example. Here's a good example, okay, look, right, we've crossed over here, okay, and we've pulled back into this area. If I just bring up my charts now, where is it? Okay, notice how we've crossed over here, we trend up, we pull back, and then again the stochastics goes overbought, and we actually pop a signal as well inside this zone. See this little BD signal here? Now I'm looking for that initial pullback to happen in between this zone here and here. Okay, that's what I ideally look for. If I don't get that, it is slightly risky, okay, but the reason why I entered this trade is purely because we're actually, you can see a nice little, to be honest, it is actually a nice little pullback into the zone here, a nice little trend down, pullback, trend down. Now you'll notice I haven't set a stop loss on this because price could continue up like this, okay, before dropping as well. So as you'll probably see with this trade, it's slightly out the money now, which isn't an issue. Okay, like I said, I will just monitor this trade to see what happens. In an ideal world, if I was trading a larger account or trading one of my accounts, I would have a stop loss above this high here. So maybe a stop loss of around 5 pips and then a take profit of around 10 pips to the bottom of this low here, giving me a nice 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. As you can see here, this is scalping off the 1 and 5 minute chart. So I'm not going for big pips. I'm just looking for that initial small move to the downside as well. So with that out the way, I'm just going to have a quick flick through. You see USD CAD's coming down nice into that zone. There's a nice little pullback here. See here? Okay, this trade would have went to about 8 pips on this trade. Like I said, this is a 1 minute chart, so you are going to get less pips, okay? But I suppose the upside to trading the 1 minute charts is you're going to get a lot more setups. There's a nice little buy. Look at these nice little buy and sells with on gold at the minute. Look at that. It's a nice little gold. MACD's crossed over. That's a beautiful sell, buy. And look at this beautiful sell at the top there. That's really good. Again, nice little sell on NZUSD. Look at the MACD and RSI. It's gone overbought. That's a really good sell. Okay. Let's have a look at AUD USD. Okay, nice little buy on AUD USD. Again, nice little sell on AUD USD. USD CAD, USD JPY. Okay, so let's have a look on GPUSD. Okay, so this trade's going down nicely. Okay, what I might actually do with this is I'll actually now set a take profit to the bottom of that zone. So let's say I'm going to go with a 4 pip take profit on this. Okay, like I said, okay, this is literally, there we go, 4 pip take profit. As you can see here, this is literally scalping for pips off the 1 minute chart. So like I said, don't really focus on the money, okay, focus on the pips, okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm a scalper, I'm trying to get the most amount of pips off the 1 minute chart. And I would say personally, this type of style of trading is a skill, okay. I started my trading career as a binary trader, so I've spent 5 years of my life trading the 1 and 5 minute time frames. Okay, a lot of people say you get a lot of noise on these time frames. It's always constantly moving, and they are right. Okay, you know, it does take a good eye to detail to actually trade the 1 minute charts. Okay, like I said, I've traded it for 4 to 5 years now on binary, so I kind of feel that this is kind of my speciality, and I can spot these moves like this. Obviously, if you're going to trade Forex, you want to be going over to the higher time frames like this, okay, and looking at sales like this, okay. Here's a perfect example: NZUSD 1 hour chart, MACD crossed over, okay. And if we actually just zoom in here, okay, we've got a really nice resistance area here. Okay, that's a really good sell signal on NZUSD right now on the 1 hour chart. If I just have a quick look on the daily, okay, so we are in a slight downtrend, which is interesting. Okay, and it looks like we're forming a double top pattern. Let me just have a look on the 4 hour. Okay, look, 4 hour again, really good. So I would say on this, on the 1 hour chart, I would look for a sell opportunity on NZUSD. I'd probably have a stop loss of around, just to be safe, maybe around 30 pip stop loss. So that means your 30 pip take profit would be down here. I mean, literally you need that move there. As soon as the trade goes 30 pips, I would look to close off half of my position and then maybe try and ride it down to around these lows here. Just mark them up on my charts. Maybe to these lows here. See, because we've got a nice little resistance area here. See that? So initial 30 pips. When it hits 30 pips, move my stop loss to break even, close off half the position, and then maybe look to get an additional 60 pips off this trade. So a 1 to 2 risk reward. So yeah, I mean, that's currently what's happening. What I'll do, everyone, is I'll pause the video and I'll come back very soon when I get an update on GPUSD. Hi everyone, so I want to quickly update you on this trade, okay? And what's interesting is I'm going to take another sell on GPUSD. So I want to see if I can take one more. There we go. Nice, right, okay. So this is a very interesting situation, what's actually happening, okay? Now, a lot of people don't particularly see this happening on the 1 minute charts. Like I said, they don't kind of understand, or they don't have, should I say, eagle eyes to spot the stuff that I see. But here's a prime example here, okay? So if I just bring up my charts, okay, so I can actually draw on it, okay? Notice this nice little double effect here, okay? Okay, so let's just have a quick look on what we're actually seeing here. Okay, so we're in a downtrend. Okay, prices come up, bounced off this resistance, come back down, bounced off this resistance, and formed a double top pattern just here. Now, if you actually look at the MACD and RSI, we've got a slight bit of divergence. The momentum is slowing down. Now, for me, as a binary trader, I use this to get into trades, okay? A quick 5-10 minute expiry here is perfect. Unfortunately, I'm not trading binary, I'm trading Forex, okay? Which makes it slightly more difficult, okay, to actually kind of get some pips, okay? I'm not gonna, because it's a 1 minute chart, you know, I might only get 4 pips. You know, if this was a binary trade, this is the difference between me winning, I don't know, a few £100 or not. You know, because it's Forex, I'll be lucky if I make 4p. But you see what I'm seeing here, okay, I'm spotting the pattern. So it's a downtrend, double top, diversions, inside the zone, okay, and if we actually look at the arrows as well, okay, if I actually just change this to the pullback strategy, which is here, okay, so we're trying to change the pullback strategy like this, okay, you can see we've got a nice little, basically double arrow at the resistance area here. You see this? Nice little double arrow here at the resistance area, okay, which is giving me ultimately those pips. So I might just set a take profit of 4 pips on these, okay. I just want to see where the bottom of this zone is. So it's around 4 pips, okay. So I want to set this as well to 4 pips. There we go. And this here, I might actually change to, yeah, 4 pips. I'm going to leave that at the 4 pips. But as you can see here, okay, if this was a binary trade here and I got into the trade here at this red or purple candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm pretty much 1 minute to go and I've made some nice little profits. Again, because this is Forex, you know, I'm kind of struggling to get some pips here. But that's the update on that. I do see price coming down again. I mean, looking at the higher time frames, okay, you can see here we are being pushed up, okay, which, you know, a lot of people say, well, price is being pushed up. But if you start to go over to the 30 minutes and 1 hour, you can see how we're at an area of resistance, okay. Almost looks like, to be honest with you, it looks like we're being sandwiched between this resistance area there and this little kind of trend line here. So you can see here we're getting sandwiched between a sell and a buy, okay. I'm not particularly bothered about it on the higher time frames. All I'm interested in is really price coming down to this you know, this trend line here, okay. But like I said, I'm happy with 4 pips on this trade. So that's that one. If you do have any questions, well, what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'm back very soon. So eventually, or now, my trade is finally going to hit take profit. There we go, nice, there we go. And I've just got one trade off. I'm going to close it here. There. But what's interesting, okay, notice the difference now, okay, if I took this trade on binary, it would have been a nice winner, okay, and that's the difference. If you're going to be trading the 1 minute charts, ideally you want to stick it to the binary side of trading, okay, and use the higher time frames for for trading forex. As you can see here, I'm slowly building the account up. Okay, well, we made 80p. The plan was to make £10. Clearly that's not happened. I made 80p. So as you can see, don't focus on the actual money, focus on the pips. And yeah, as you can see here, there's no really any other setups that I like at the minute. I'm going to probably call that a day and with that. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do have any questions, drop me an email at buyandshort@gmail.com.